Alrighty, let's go. So we'll start at the very start of, yes. Clean my mat off. So come to the start of the mat, bring the toes together and heels can just be separated slightly. Take a big inhale, roll the shoulder blades back and down, and a long exhale. Again, take a big inhale, roll the shoulders up and down on the exhale. This time we're going to flow with breath, our Surya Namaste to warm up. Let's inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, step back to your plank. Option to lower down to the knees, bend the elbows, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha up dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha down dog. Lift the hips nice and high. Just stay for one full breath in and a full breath out, sinking the heels down towards the mat. On the next inhale, gaze towards your hands. You can step or jump forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, ground down through the feet, raise the hands towards the heaven. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. Let's flow with our breath one more time through that Surya Namaste. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to your plank, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, down dog. Just one big breath in and a long breath out. On the next inhale, gaze towards your hands. Step or jump forward, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, ground down through the feet, raise the hands towards the heavens. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. This time we inhale, bend the knees. We're going to come into our chair pose. But on the exhale, we're going to interlace the fingers, open through the heart space, forward fold, belly to thighs. Allow the shoulders, the arms to come overhead. Nice stretch through the back of the head. And then on the next inhale, release the hands, come to the chair pose. Now sink a little deeper. Start to activate the inner thighs. So really squeeze the inner thighs together. Roll the shoulder blades back and down and scoop through the belly. Now sit deeper here for 3, for 2, one more breath. Then come high onto the toes. Keep squeezing the knees together. Little pulses here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, good. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower the heels to the earth. Inhale, bring the hands behind you. Exhale, open the heart, forward fold. Inhale, release the hands, come back to the chair pose. This time on the exhale, hands meet the earth, step back to your plank. Hold here for 3, 2, keep drawing the belly button towards the spine, press through the palms. One more breath. On the next inhale, float the right leg. Hold here for 3, for 2, for 1, lower. Lift the left leg, activate the legs, so point through the toes, press through the palms for 3. Draw the belly button towards the spine for 2, for 1, lower. Lower all the way down to the earth. Beautiful. On the inhale, bring the hands behind you, interlace your hands, and then open up through the chest. Hold here, squeeze the shoulder blades back and down. Keep pressing back with your arms. For 3, 2, long breath. 1 more. Nice work. Release the hands beside your chest. Tuck your toes. On the inhale, press back to your plank. Exhale, down dog. Stay for 1 full breath in. Gaze towards your knees and a long breath out. Inhale, float the right leg nice and high. Exhale, knee to chest. Round the upper spine, draw the knee in, activate the core. And then step it through. Inhale, rise to your high lunge. Exhale, lower the bottom knee, the back knee. Anjali-asana, low lunge. Sink through the hips just for a breath in and a breath out. Tuck the back toes. Lift to your high lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms up in front of you. Exhale, take the body weight forward. Hands go behind you. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more like this. Flow with the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Sink low into the lunge. 1 more in. And exhale. Inhale to lift. This time we exhale, tap the back knee and rise. Tap and rise. 10, 9, keep rolling shoulder blades back and down. 8, 7, 6, 5, get that bottom knee, that back knee to tap the floor if it can. 4 more, 3, press through the front foot. Last one. Hold in that low lunge. Interlace the fingers behind you. Sink into the hips. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. Nice. Take the hands back to the earth. This front foot's going to swing all the way behind us to that 3-legged dog on the inhale. On the exhale, have a go. 3-legged chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, float that left leg high. Exhale, knee to chest, round the spine. Hug the knee towards the chest. And then step it through. Rise to your high lunge on the inhale. On the exhale, bend that back knee, low lunge, Anjali-asana. Sink the hips just for a breath in. Next breath, we're going to tuck the back toes, rise to that high lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, body weight forward into that front leg. Flow with the breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. 1 more. Flow. Exhale, building strength in that front leg, the quads, the glutes. Inhale. This time on the exhale, tap the back knee and press. 10, 9, 8, draw the core in. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Good job. Lower all the way down, interlace the fingers behind you, sink into the hips for a little stretch, a breath in and a breath out. Take the hands to the earth, tuck the back toes, sweep this left leg all the way up behind you, 3-legged dog on the big inhale. Exhale, have a go, come high onto the ball of the foot of the back foot, body weight over wrist. Lower chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. Take a few breaths here. In and exhale. Keep drawing the navel towards the spine. Nice work. On the next inhale, lower the knees to the earth. Press back to your child just for 1 breath. In and a long breath out. Then come up onto all fours. You're going to lower your hips so like you're in a half plank. And you're going to bend through the elbows so it's like a little tricep push-up. You're going to hover off the earth and then press back. And then round through the spine. Bend the elbows, tricep dip. Now stay low. Put all of the weight through those triceps. Press back to child. Round through the spine. Flow with the breath. Bend the elbows, hover, then press back. The goal is to stay really low when you press back. So you lower, you hover, you don't touch, the body doesn't touch the earth. You need to stay low and press yourself back. Round the spine, flow with the breath. Press back. Let's do 3 more of those. Round the spine, lower, press back. Nice. Round the spine, bend the elbows, press back. 1 more, round through the spine, bend the elbows, chest towards the earth, press yourself back. Nice, come to all fours here. Take a big breath in and a long breath out. On the next inhale, reach through the right arm and the left leg. Now really engage the core. So keep nice and steady here. Draw the hip bones towards each other. Pull up through the belly button. Lengthen through the fingers and the toes. Keep this arm and leg active. Inhale. On the exhale, open out to the side. Ooh, I might have kicked that plant. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, open out to the side. My leg can't go that far, it's getting blocked. I might move this way a little. There we go. Inhale, exhale, open. Back to center. 2 more. Open, so hips are stable. Use the obliques, use the core to keep you still. 1 more. Open. Back to center. Hold here, reach. Maybe bend the knee. Take the hand to grab the foot. On the next inhale, open up through the chest. Engage the core still. Roll the shoulders back and down. Take a nice stretch, a bit of a back bend. Whilst practicing balance. 1 more breath. Lengthen and release. Nice work. Let's go to the other side. Inhale, lengthen the left arm and the right leg. Exhale, take it out to the side. Hips stay square. Inhale. Exhale. That's it. You've got this. Inhale. Move back to my mat now. Exhale. Inhale. Open and close. 1 more. Open. Belly on, nice and strong. And close. Beautiful. Reach through the fingers, reach through the toes. Engage the glute. Take a big breath in. Long breath out. Here's where we bend into the knee. Reach for the foot. Open through the heart. Breathe here. Release. Lengthen. Exhale. Take it back down to the earth. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips to your down dog. Nice work. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Inhale, lift that left leg high. Exhale, knee to chest, tiger curl. So round through the spine and step that foot forward. Inhale, rise to that high lunge. Exhale, open up to your warrior 2. So you want to make sure that that knee is gently guiding towards the pinky side of your foot. So we're opening up through the inner thighs, opening up through the liver meridian. Really press through that blade edge of the foot. So really sink into the hips. Make it a nice, strong pose. Take a full breath in. Sink deeper, full breath out. On the next inhale, we're going to lengthen through that front leg. Reach forward, come into your triangle pose. So maybe you hold on to your shin, maybe you peace finger the big toes, or your hand meets the earth. But what we don't want to do is rolling forward. We want to roll that shoulder blade back and down so we're nice and flat. We want to tuck this lower hip under. That's it. Now you're going to engage the core. Let's challenge ourselves. Draw the belly button towards the spine. Start to float this bottom hand. Now reach using those obliques for 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, lift all the way up. Keep the legs as they are. Exhale, lower and reach. Inhale, use your core. Exhale. Inhale, lift, exhale. Nice work. Draw the belly in to lift. It's really strong in the core, I know. Your legs are your stability, so press through the feet. Draw the core in to lift you. Let's go for one more. Lift. Woo. And lengthen. Hold here just for a breath. Lower that bottom hand. You can hold your shin or the floor. Gaze towards that top hand. Nice work. Bend into that front knee now. Take the hands to the earth. Step back to your plank. Hold it here. For 5. For 4. For 3. For 2. And for 1. Press back to your down dog. Inhale, floats that right leg high. Exhale, knee to chest, round the spine. On the inhale, float all the way up to that high lunge. On the exhale, open out to your warrior 2. Shoulders back and down, sink through the hips. Make sure the torso is in the center of the body. We don't want to be hanging out too far forward in the future or too far back in the past. We're centered and we're grounded. Our legs are strong. Energy out through the hands. One more breath. Then lengthen through that front leg. Reach towards the front of your mat, coming into your Trikonasana, your triangle pose. Keep this bottom hip hidden. Nice work. One more breath. Then start to float that bottom hand. Reach in. Take a breath here. Lengthen. So we're going to switch the breath now. So it's going to be inhale to come down to our side and then exhale to lift. Inhale to lower. Keep the legs straight. Keep pressing into the earth. Reach on the inhale. Exhale to lift. Really draw that belly button towards your spine to lift. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. In. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Come back to that triangle pose just for a breath. Nice work. Bend into that front knee. Step back to your plank. Hold it here for 5. 4. Keep drawing the spine towards, the navel, the belly button towards your spine. Press through the heels. Engage the glutes, the back of the legs, the hamstrings. Lift the quads off the kneecaps. 1 more breath. Nice work. Lower the knees to the earth. Press back to your child's pose. Ground the forehead. Take a full breath in. And a full breath out. Nice work. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add all of those moves together just for a little strength flow. So we're going to come to our dog. Let's take a full breath in. Long breath out. Bend the knees, gaze towards your hands. Step or jump forward to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, so flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, ground down through the feet, raise the hands all the way up. Take a big breath in. Exhale, hands to heart. So we're going to flow a few of those moves together. So we're going to do about 3 of each one. So just stay with me if you can. If you get lost, just jump back in. We'll start with a Surya Namaskar. Inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step back to your plank, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Ardha Mukha. Inhale, lift that right leg nice and high. knee to chest tiger curl. Inhale, rise to that high lunge. Exhale, we're going to flow it, body weight forward, arms come behind you. Inhale, high lunge. This is 2. Exhale, behind you. Inhale. Exhale. This time we inhale, we're going into those knee taps. Exhale. Let's go for 3, 2, last one. Come nice and low. Interlace the fingers behind you. Open through the heart. 1 breath in, 1 breath out. Release the hands to the earth. This leg swings all the way behind us, 3-legged dog on the inhale. On the exhale, 3-legged chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Inhale, lift that left leg high. Exhale, knee to chest round. Inhale to rise to the high lunge. Exhale, body weight over that front foot. Inhale to lift. Use your core to lift you. Exhale, flow with the breath. That was 2. Inhale. Exhale, 3. Inhale. Exhale, tap. Let's go for 1, 2, 3. Then we come all the way down to that low lunge. Interlace the fingers, open through the heart. Take a full breath in and a full breath out. Tuck the back toes. Release the hands to the earth. On the inhale, sweep that leg all the way up behind you. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha. Exhale, Adho Mukha. Beautiful. Take a full breath in and a long breath out. Lower to the knees. We're doing those little funny little push-up things, tricep push-up. So we bend the elbows, lower the chest, and then we press all the way down, low. Round through the spine. Let's go for 3. 3, bend, press back. Round through the spine. Bend the elbows. This is 2, press back. Round through the spine. Last one, bend. Press back. Round through the spine. Nice work. Inhale, reach through the right arm, left leg. Exhale, open out to the side. Inhale, center. Exhale, side. Inhale, center. Woo. Exhale, side. Inhale, center. Bend the knee, reach back for the foot. Open through the heart. 1 breath in. 1 breath out. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hand and knee to earth. Other side. Inhale, left hand, right leg. Reach. Exhale, open to the side. Use your obliques. Inhale. Exhale. Hips are steady. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Bend the knee. Reach back for the exhale. Open heart. 1 breath in. 1 breath out. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, knee and hand to earth. Tuck the toes. Lift the hips. Down dog. Take a full breath in. And a long breath out. Inhale, right leg nice and high. Exhale, knee to chest. Step it through. On the inhale, rise to warrior 1. On the exhale, open up to warrior 2. Stay for 1 full breath in and a full breath out. On the next inhale, straighten that front leg. Reach towards the front of the room. Coming into your triangle pose, just for a breath. And then start to engage the core, float that Bottom arm, reach over like you're grabbing a big beach ball. Inhale, exhale, lift. Inhale, reach, use the core. Exhale, lift, that's 2. One more, inhale, reach. Exhale, lift. Woo. Good job. Inhale, reach. Bend the knee, hands to the earth. Sweep that leg all the way up. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, urdhva. Exhale, ardha. So good, guys. Nearly there. Inhale, lift the left leg. Exhale, knee to chest, round the spine. Inhale to rise to that high lunge. Exhale, warrior 2. Just settle in the pose here. Find the strength in the legs. Then on the next inhale, straighten through the front leg. Reach towards the front of the room. Find that triangle pose first. And then engage the core. Tuck the bottom hip under. Float the bottom arm. Reach like you've got a big beach ball. Inhale. Exhale. In. X. That's 2. One more. In. X. This time, inhale, reach. Bend the knee. Exhale. Press back. Float that left leg all the way up. And then on the exhale, 3-legged chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And then this time on the exhale, lower the knees, press back to your child's pose. Stay here for a full breath in and a long breath out. A few more breaths, just settling down that heart rate. Nice job. And then when you're ready, you're going to tuck the toes, come back to your down dog, and then look between your hands. You're going to bend the knees, jump all the way through for sitting. Whew, we made it to the floor. How's everyone going? Good? Amazing. It's a bit of a challenging flow, that one. Alrighty, so we're going to finish off with some abs. So first of all, we're just going to take the hands below the knees. So you're going to, as you inhale, you're going to round through the spine. So you're getting a nice stretch through the upper back. You want to round through the lower spine as well. Keep drawing the belly button towards the spine. So this is your C curve we talked about. So we keep the spine, the abs. I'm really fumbling my words today. Sorry, I don't know why. We're going to really squeeze those hip bones together. Draw the belly in, scoot through the lower belly so it's nice and active. Round through the spine, and then exhale, lengthen out the lumbar spine, roll the shoulders back and down. So nice long spine. Inhale, straighten through the arms, round the spine. Exhale, lift. Let's do 3 more like this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more in. Exhale. Nice work. Now this time we're going to come back into that rounded spine. So really focusing on this C curve. And we're going to take the arms away. Reach through the hands. Now, I reckon all of you are here. Go lower. Awesome. Now go a little bit lower again. Yeah, that's it. So you want to be in that shake zone, right? Now little pulses. So reach through the fingertips. We're not coming all the way up. We're in this shake zone and we're pulsing. Little pulses. We inhale to lower and we're using this Pilates breath now. So we're really inhaling to the side ribs. Exhaling out through the mouth. So in. That's the Pilates breath. Let's go. Pulse. Pulse. Now keep thinking about drawing the belly button in towards your backbone and the hip bones towards each other. Activating that T-zone. The transverse abdominis, the deep abdominal muscles. The pelvic floor area. Draw up through the pelvic floor. We want to tighten and tone that, don't we, mothers? Happy Mother's Day to everyone for yesterday too. Let's go. Reach. Pulse. 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 Nice. 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Come all the way up, lengthen through the spine. Nice work. Let's lengthen the legs now. Squeeze the legs together. Keep them nice and active, and then point through your toes. And we're going to find that same C curve. So coming into a C curve. Now, if you have lower back issues, you can roll up a towel or a blanket or a pillow just for a little bit of support there. I know a lot of you jumping onto these lives do Pilates or yoga with me. I know your strength, and I know you can all do it without props. But those who are new, you're welcome, and you can most certainly use a prop. So find that C curve. Now get lower. That's it. Hold it here. So you want to feel shaky. You want that core to be tightened. Now we're going to inhale, open the right arm. Exhale to center. Inhale left. Exhale. In. In. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good. 8, 9, 10. Let's go 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Open the arms. Stay in that shake zone. Let's just go 10. Tap the shoulders. Bicep curls. Squeeze the biceps. 10, 9, 8. Activate the legs. Point through the toes. 7, 6. Pull the belly in. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo. Inhale, sit all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Take a few breaths here. And inhale, lengthen. Bring those legs up to tabletop. So we're in our teaser or Navasana, whether you want to Pilates turns or yogi turns. Inhale. Then as we exhale, we lengthen to our low boat. You can maybe even bring the arms up overhead. And then inhale, come back to that teaser or Navasana, whatever you want to call it. Lengthen. Rise. Lengthen. And rise. You've got 5, 4, 3, 2 more. Last one, you've got this. Nice, grab just below the shins, the feet aren't touching the earth yet. Roll the shoulders back and down. Now we're going to round that spine a little again. We're coming into the rolls. So we're rolling, and then don't let the toes touch the earth. So you're using your core as your brake. So we roll back, make sure there's nothing behind me, and then use your core as your brake. Your core. Stop. Have a little go. It's really nice for the spine as well. Woo! So it's also rolling out, massaging the spine, but really activating the core. Let's have another little go. We don't often usually roll around our house on our own either. So it gives us an excuse to have a little bit of fun like a little kid again. Get that inner child out. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. Stop, hold, use your brakes, use your core. Feet aren't touching the earth yet. Shoulders back and down. Let's just hold here for 5. Option to lift the legs for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Lower all the way down. Let's just walk those feet in towards the glutes. Let's just finish with a little back bend. So we're going to press through the feet, start to tilt the pelvis all the way up. press through the toes, the heels. So first we're going to be in our Pilates bridge. So we just feel what it's like to be in a Pilates bridge. A nice sort of straight, well, it's a straight diagonal line from your knee to your shoulders, and the core is nice and tight. So let's just stay here, feel the activation, turn the inner thighs on. So it's like energetically feeling the inner thighs pulling towards each other. Press through the big toe mound, press through the heels, and engage the glutes. So we're in our Pilates bridge. Take one more full breath in, and a full breath out. And now we walk the shoulders under us, maybe the arms, and interlace our fingers. And we start to bring the chest towards the chin. So we come into our yoga bridge. We really press through the feet now. Really activate the inner thighs. And we're coming into spinal extension now. So we're coming into a back bend. Take 5 breaths. More breath. And then gently release all the way down to the earth. Just resist the urge to hug the knees in. Allow the legs to go nice and long. And just sit with the feeling. Just notice your body communicating with you. We always try to quickly fix uncomfortable situations rather than just being in them and accepting and reflecting and realizing what is actually going on. So just take a little moment here just to breathe into the lower back and really tap in and know and understand how your body is talking to you today. Where does it feel a little tight? Where does it maybe feel a little more open? And then on the next inhale, you can draw the right knee towards your chest. Give it a big squeeze. And then on the exhale, take it across your body, gazing in the opposite direction. Feel spinal twist. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, give it another squeeze in towards your chest and allow the right leg to go nice and long. Inhale, left knee to chest. Exhale, take it across your body, gazing in the opposite direction. Inhale, come back to center. On the exhale, give the knee a big squeeze towards your chest. Then allow the leg to go nice and long. Just finding that neutral spine. Allow the palms to face up. Just taking these last few breaths here. Even though we're all in different rooms, in different houses, we're still coming as a collective with our energy. Just have time to really release, to let go. Maybe even just finding something that you're super grateful for in these times. They've all been a little challenging for all of us. Something that you can be really grateful for. And that lifts that vibration. Speaks of joy and gratitude. Just knowing that it's okay to not feel awesome and amazing all the time. When you don't, come back to what's true. Come back to your true essence, your soul. Coming back even to this position on the earth. tapping into one thing you could be grateful for. It just helps to lift that vibration. I'm not saying that it's going to move to ecstatic joy, but it just lifts you a little higher. Just taking one more full breath in. And a long breath out through the mouth. And on the next inhale, roll over to one side. Take a little moment there, or press yourself all the way up to your seat. Together we seal the class. We take a big inhale. On the exhale, bring the prayer down to the third eye to trust and honor your inner wisdom. Down to your lips to always speak your truth. And to your heart for love and compassion. Namaste. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me today. Like always, if you have any requests, please just write in the group. The group is a community, so if you have anything you want to share with us, if there's any requests, any questions, just write it in the group. And I've also got an astrologist coming into this group on Wednesday at 10 a.m. We're going to do a live, so if you have any questions for the astrologist, write it in the group if you want them answered before, or jump on the live and chat with us. So I hope you all have a beautiful day, and thank you for practicing with me. Namaste.